Hello, happy 4th of July. How are you guys? Woo! How is everyone? I hope you guys are having a fun 4th of July holiday. As we wait for everyone to get in here, let's get some stuff done and over with. If you guys are in here, you're not in the chat, say hi, let me know how your week's going, let me know how your holiday's going. Are you guys planning on doing anything fun for the 4th of July? Are you going to be doing any fireworks? Let me know. So today we are going to be doing a version of poker, and because of that, our tip of the day is based on poker. So our tip of the day is when playing poker, if you have the dead man's hand, like so, that does not give you permission to start quoting Macbeth. Okay, so that is the tip of the day. Hey Joe, how you doing? Good to see you. Have anything fun planned for today? So as we're waiting for people to get in here, I will start my spiel as I normally do. Welcome back to Vegas Aces Open Classroom live stream. My name is Heather Ferris with Vegas Aces, and today I will be teaching Ultimate Texas Hold'em. You guys have been asking for this for a while. I'm glad we could finally bring it to you. Really excited about that. Now, Ultimate Texas Hold'em won by a landslide this week with 6 votes, followed by Pai Gow Poker, Blackjack, and Blackjack Switch with 2 votes. So before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe and to always make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll always be notified of my latest videos and live streams. My next Let's Play Ultimate Texas Hold'em live stream is next Monday, July 8th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wanted to head for the casino. Awesome. Hey Jeremy, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy 4th of July. So now, just a quick update real fast. Vegas Aces is going to start creating products for our websites. We want to create stuff that you guys are gonna like. You're gonna buy stuff that you're like really interested in, that kind of a thing. Whether it's a plush doll or a custom deck of Vegas Aces playing cards, or a hat or a shirt or a calendar or whatever. If you guys have any ideas, or if you want to buy something in particular, please do me a favor and put it in the comments or the chat, and we will look into providing that. Hey Jimmy on Twitch, how you doing Jimmy? Let's see, doing anything cool for the 4th of July? Yes, I am doing a live stream. Yes, right, Ultimate Texas Hold'em. So many people have been asking for that. Glad you're doing this. Also, Jimmy, remember, come by on Monday. We're going to be doing the Let's Play Ultimate Texas Hold'em tournament, and that'll be really fun. We'll start everybody off with the same amount of money, and whoever wins gets one of my products or stickers or whatever we're doing for that day. Is it time for fireworks in Vegas? Nope, not yet. Oh, that is one thing I normally do on the 4th of July. I am on the 2nd floor and I could see the stratosphere from my bedroom window. So when we're doing like say 4th of July or Happy New Year's or something like that, I'll usually turn off all my lights. All of my lights. I'll open up all the windows in my bedroom and I'll sit there and I'll just get this like huge array of like fireworks shows, either from the fireworks from the stratosphere, the fireworks from one of the other local casinos, or of course people setting off their fireworks illegally, which you're not supposed to do, but it's still fun to watch. So that's usually what I do. Haha, yes, gotta remember to show up early this time, definitely. Do you casino people see the new sports team coming to Las Vegas as competition? And that is from Jan. No, not really competition. It's we're really excited about it. It's not something like competition. It's not like it's something we dread. Everyone here is really excited about it because it's just another source of revenue, another kind of entertainment that we could gamble on. So I wouldn't really say people are looking at it negatively. They're more looking at it in a positive light. James, how you doing, James? Good to see you. Happy 4th of July, you guys. So let's continue while you guys are getting in here. As always, announcements. Vegas Aces is now placing dealers at the Sunset Station. We're doing interviews and video auditions all week. If you want to deal at the Sunset Station, then please email me at heather@vegas-aces.com. Any experience level is welcome. You must be able to deal blackjack, pitch a handheld game, and deal one of 2 games, either roulette or Pai Gow poker. If there is anything you don't know, we will teach you. We'll walk you through the process and we'll help you get hired. So email me, let me know. Another thing, we are also working with a San Diego business that hosts casino parties, and they're also looking for dealers. If you're in the San Diego area, go ahead, shoot me an email, heather@vegas-aces.com, and I will get you hooked up with them. Super Chat. Remember to always tip your dealer, and now you can with Super Chat. Super Chat is a way for you to show your appreciation by tipping me any amount you want. Tote box. So give it a try, or you could show your support by becoming a member of our Patreon page. We have several different levels and rewards that you could choose from. Any membership level counts, even $1. So please become a member today. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying in the chats. No holiday for you, huh? Well, here's the thing. Like, I was thinking about it. You know, I was like, I'll take the, 4th of July off, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm thinking, if I take 4th of July off, it's on a Thursday during the day, and most of the people who are working, they can't see the live stream Thursday during the day because, they're working. So I figured, they might have, the 4th of July off. I'll do the live stream on the 4th of July, and then people who can't normally see it because they're at work, they can watch it then. So that's what I was thinking. That was my mindset. So I don't know. Like I said, this is the first year I'm doing a set schedule for the live streams. So I'm still iffy on if I should do them on the holidays or not. Let me know what you guys think. What's your opinion? Do you like doing them on the holidays, or are you doing something else and you would rather, not do a live stream on the holidays? Let me know. Hey DK, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. Hey Andrew, how you? Yes. Oh, John. Okay, so John, happy 4th of July, first and foremost. But yes, I did feel the earthquake. Okay, earthquake, sorry. So there was an earthquake, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake between here, Las Vegas, and LA this morning around 10:30, somewhere around there, a.m. And I'm sitting in my chair at my desk, and I'm just like, have the music on, and I'm, moving and everything. And all of a sudden, I'm like, God, am I getting dizzy? Like, the room seems to be shaking, and I think I'm getting dizzy or something. So I stand up, and I look over into the kitchen, and I cooked up something in my, little frying pan and everything last night, so it has some water in there, and I'm looking at it with water, and it's like, it's similar to Jurassic Park, where you had the waves and it was something like that. And then I look over and I have a mirror hanging up on the wall, and the mirror was shaking and everything, and I'm like, oh my God, this whole building is like swaying. It's crazy. So yes, I did feel it. That was pretty nuts. And then I texted a couple of my California friends, and they're like, they felt it and everything. And yeah, that was just pretty crazy. Did you guys feel it? Did anyone feel it? Where are you located? What did you experience? Let me know. Apparently that's like the biggest one in a decade, so. I have played Ultimate Texas Hold'em before in WinStar Casino. Awesome. And it just rolled through, yeah, the San Fernando Valley. Yep, exactly, John. Yeah, that was crazy. Jimmy, it's always fun for me because it gives me something to do while waiting for time to hang out with friends. Awesome. Obviously up to you if you want to do it during the holidays, though. Cool. Okay, so everyone is in. Everyone's asked their questions. I think we've done pretty much all of our announcements and everything that we normally do. So let's get started and let's teach you guys Ultimate Texas Hold'em. Really excited about this. Now, this is similar to poker for people who want to play poker, but they don't want to go into a poker room. Instead, they want to get the feeling of poker on a carnival game in a casino. Ultimate Texas Hold'em is actually the most popular carnival game right now because of that. You will see this in a lot of casinos, and I'm happy to say now we can start teaching it and now we can start playing it. So really, really excited about that. Now, normally the players, they don't play head-to-head against other players. The players are just playing head-to-head against the dealer. So they're not playing against any of the other players. Also, if you use the Wizard of Odds simple strategy, the house edge on this game is 2.43%. 2.43%. And there's a range for that house edge just depending on how you play. So to start off playing, you're going to need to make your bet. And the first thing we want to focus on here, actually, before I do that, if you guys are looking at the bets, basically you have two bets that you could play. You have the ante and the blind right here. And if you play those, you're going to be playing the play as well. So it's actually these three right here. That's one bet. And then the other bet is the trips. Now, if you want, you could bet on just the trips and not anything else, and that's totally acceptable. If you bet on the ante and the blind, they have to be of an equal amount, so they have to match. And then the play just depends on what cards you have. The play could range from any amount. You have several different not options. What's the word I'm looking for? There are times when we're playing when you'll have, God, I can't think of the word. I hate it when I go blank on a word and I do a brain fart and I can't think of a specific word. That so stinks. Okay, let me think of another way of saying it. So you play the ante, you play the blind. If you want to play the play, it depends on your cards. If it's before the flop, because that's the first round, then you could play between 3 and 4 times your bet. And you'll be able to tell this because it's right here on the layout. After that, after the flop, then you could play 2 times the bet. And on the river, then it's 1 times. So we'll go through it. I'll show you a hand. I'll explain it to you. But basically what I was trying to say where I couldn't think of the word was there's 3 rounds and you have an option to put money on the play every round. That's what I was trying to say, and there's a word for it, but for some reason my brain is just totally farting on me and I cannot think of it. So those are your basic how to play or how to bet. So you got bets up here. We'll put up multiple bets so you could see what's going on. Like so. And also, once you have put money on the play position, you're not allowed to change it and you're not allowed to take it off, just so you know. So this is played with a normal deck of cards, a normal 52 deck of cards. Some casinos will have shuffle machines. Some casinos will have the casino shuffle it. It really just depends. But every casino is different when it comes to how they take the cards out of the deck or the shuffle machine, and how they put it out on the table. Now, what do I mean by this? So some casinos, they'll have the shuffle machine. The dealer will take out the cards. They'll put 5 cards for the community cards, and then they'll give the players 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards. Well, that's one casino. If you go to another casino, what they'll do is they'll give this player 2 cards, this player 2 cards, this player 2 cards. Then they'll put the 5 cards out, and then they'll give the dealer 2 cards. And then if you go to other casinos, they'll give all of the players and the dealer their 2 cards, and then at the very, very last part of it, that's when they'll put out the 5 community cards. So it really just depends on the casino, so make sure you know your house way when it comes to that. So we don't have a shuffle machine, so we are going to do a hand shuffle. Oh, and someone was asking me this too. I think it was on, they're probably not watching it, I'm pretty sure. But it was one of the comments on YouTube. And they were asking, you know, when you shuffle, why do you box? Why do you box? And what do I mean by box? I'll show you in 1 second. So we have all of the cards out. I shuffled. Boxing is when you take a little portion of the bottom, you turn it, and you put it to the top. Now, the reason why dealers box is it helps deter people who are edge sorting. And edge sorting is a way that you can use the cards and the little variations in the cards to tell which card is which. Okay, so answer that question. Now we have all the cards out here. The players are going to look at their cards and they're going to decide whether they want to check, and they'll just make a little check motion, or if they want to put money on the play, which for this first round, it would be 3 or 4 times the bet. So if you have a $10 ante and a $10 blind, and you want to do 4 times the bet, then you could put $40 on the play. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying real quick in the chat. Hey Justin, how you doing? Good to see you. I like boxes. Also too, let me know how it goes with that your aqua landscaping. I don't know what to call it, but that seems really cool what you were doing. So let me know how that's going too. Let's see. Good, I'm glad I got it close enough. So let's see, Boris says, when you bet, are there minimums and maximums? Yes, there are. So usually the minimum maximum sign will be on the side of the table. It will be either $5 or $10. If it is a $5 minimum, for example, you would do $5 on the trips. If you're playing the ante and the blind, you'll put 5 on the blind, 5 on the ante, and then if you want to do trips, 5 on the trips. So even though it's like a $5 minimum table, really the minimum you're going to do, if you just do ante and the blind plus the play like 1-to-1, that's a minimum of $15. If you do the trips as well, that's a minimum of $20. And then if you do any of the multiplier bets for the bonus, basically 2 times, 3, 4 times, it's going to add to it. So really, just because it says it's a $5 minimum table, that doesn't mean you're spending $5 every hand. You could probably be spending $20. It really just depends on how you're playing. Okay, Winstar gives the players cards first. Yeah, the live shuffle machine. Hey Wolfgar, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so let's get continuing on with this. Let's get going with this. Let's see here. So again, talking about the bets. The ante is the ante in the play. You're just playing against the player and the dealer. So whoever wins, either the player or the dealer, that's what the ante in the play would pay or lose. The blind is basically saying that you win, and you win with a straight or higher. So if you win with a straight or higher, then you get paid on the blind bet. But if you win with any other hands, you push. And then of course if you and the dealer push, that's a push if you and the dealer tie, that's a push. And if you lose, then the blind loses. So that's what the blind bet is. And then the trips bet is you are betting that you're going to have 3 of a kind or higher. So that's what the trips bet is saying. And what you're doing, or the object of the game, is you are trying to make your best 5-card poker hand using your 2 cards and the 5 community cards on the table. So here's the dealer's hand, here's your guys' hand, and these are the 5 community cards that everyone can use. And we're trying to make our best 5-card poker hand from the 7 cards that we have. So that's basically the object of the game. So let's start off. Let's do the first round. Everyone is going to look at their cards. Normally, we're not all going to turn them up on the game, but we're going to turn them up for here just so everyone can see what we have. So we have a Queen 9, an Ace 3, and an Ace King. So the Queen 9 is just plain trips. So all that they're betting is that they're getting trips or 3 of a kinds or higher. So we're pretty much not really going to do anything with this bet until the very end. And at the very end, then we'll see if they have trips or higher. So we're going to just put the cards down for now, not really look at them for now, and then go on to the next 2 hands where it actually matters what we do as far as the play goes. Because what I'm saying, like when it actually matters what we're doing, we're saying, you know, oh, are we putting the play up, you know, 1 times, 2 times, 3, 4, what are we doing with that? So the first one, the Ace and the 3, this player is going to be like, you know, I don't think I'm going to bet right away, so I'm just going to check. So they check and they move on. This player has an Ace King. Ace King is much better, and this player feels much more confident with their hand. So they say, you know what, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the max that I can do. So they're playing $10 on the ante. The max they could do is 4 times their bet, and that would be $40. So we're going to take out some money, get out some $40 right there, and put this right there. So $40 right here, and we are playing the Ace King, and we're going to put that down because now we don't really have to look at it. Now, after we put the money out here, doesn't matter when we do it or what we do it or whatever, but once we do it, we can't change it, we can't alter it, we have to leave it up there until the very end of the hand. So we're done with that, we have money up there, we're good to go. Now we're going to move on. So the dealer is going to show the flop, and the flop is the first 3 cards on the table, or on for the community hand, I should say. And we have a King, Jack, and 5. Now the only person that really is going to be doing anything right here is this person right here, and that's because they haven't put any money in the play yet. So the dealer's going to look at them and be like, hey, you could see the flop, do you want to bet? Player's looking at the flop and he's like, you know what, I still don't feel comfortable with it, I still don't think I'm gonna win, so I'm still gonna check. So they check. Okay, fine. So we move on to the second round. The dealer shows the last 2 cards. Let's see, can we do anything? Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh look, we got a straight. That's awesome. So now that we have all of the cards showing, the only thing we could do right here is we can only play 1 times the bet. We can't do 2 times the bet. We can't do 3 or 4 times the bet. Those options have already passed us. We have already turned them down. So the only thing we could do is either play 1 time the bet or we could fold. Well, we don't want to fold a straight. A straight is awesome. So we're going to play 1 time the bet. Now it's the dealer's turn. The dealer's going to turn over their cards. And I have a pair of kings with a Queen, Jack, 5. So when the dealer is showing the cards, when they're pushing the cards up, down, whatever, usually when they're pushing the cards up, those are the cards that the dealer is using. And they're doing that to show the camera, these are the cards that I'm using. If the cards are sideways, like so, those are the 2 cards the dealer is not using. Sometimes they do both, sometimes they only do one or the other, but if you're sitting at the table and they move these sideways, but they don't do anything with these, you know that these are the 2 cards they're not using. Same thing if you're on the table and they push these cards up, but they don't do anything with these, you know that this is the hand that they're playing with. Some do both and some do either or. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. Are table maximums common? Yes, table maximums are common, especially in carnival games where you have really high payouts, such as 50 to 1, 500 to 1, so on and so forth. The casinos are not exactly keen on giving people money, so they always have a max payout. And it's when you sit down at the table and you see the minimum maximum, it'll usually say on the sign, maximum aggregate payout $50,000. And that's just saying that the max that they're going to pay out for one bet or one hand is $50,000. So if you put like $500 on the blind and you get a royal flush for 500 to 1, the max you're going to pay is that max aggregate that it has on the sign. Let's see. Thanks, DK. Appreciate it. What's the highest bet you've seen on the table when you were dealing? That was at the Rio. I was dealing on blackjack. It was a 23, 24-year-old kid, and he was betting with his father's money, and he was betting $25,000 a hand. So the most that I ever had on one hand was when he doubled or when he split, and then it was $50,000 on one hand. And he was tipping the dealers $5,000. So when he split or doubled, the dealers would be $10,000 on one hand. So that was the absolute max that I ever dealt to. I know, right? Seriously. Hey Jay, how you doing? Thank you. Yes, if I didn't say it before, we got a new Ultimate Texas Hold'em layout, courtesy of one of the casinos here in town. I'm not sure if I should say the name, but we do appreciate that donation very, very much. And that donation is the reason why we are able to do Ultimate Texas Hold'em. So super excited about that and super thankful for that. So let's move on. So now that we know what the cards are and what we have, now we're going to do the take and pay procedure. So let's see here. Okay. So the dealer has a pair of kings with the queen jack. The player has a pair of kings with an ace jack, so his ace kicker beats my queen kicker, so therefore this player wins the hand. Now when they win, the play and the ante get paid 1-to-1. Oh, and the dealer has to qualify with a pair or higher, so I qualify with the pair. If I didn't qualify for the pair, the ante would push, and then everything else would get paid or taken depending on who won or who lost. So this person won, so they get paid even money on the play, even money on the ante, and then the blind and the trips depend on their hand. So again, with the blind, they have to win, which they do, and they have to have a straight or higher. Let's see, they do not have a straight or higher, so basically this is a push. It's push because it wins. If they lost, because, you know, if I won and they lost, then the blind would lose. But because they won, they push. So now we do the trips, and the trips are 3 of a kind or higher. Again, they do not have 3 of a kind or higher. They only have a pair of kings, so we take that money. And that is that player. Next one is our straight. This one was the good one. Now remember, they have an ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So obviously, this person kicks the dealer's butt because I only have a pair of kings. So they get paid even money on the play, even money on the ante. And then we look at their blind. They have a straight, which qualifies. They win. Awesome. That means they get paid 1-to-1 on the blind. And then if you go over here to the trips and look up a straight gets paid 5-to-1. So they get $25. Awesome. So that's that player. Let's have this player take all their money. Okay, and now we're doing this player who just bet on the trips. That's all they bet on. They didn't bet on anything else. So let's see what they have. Can't really do anything. Nope, they don't have 3 of a kind or higher, so therefore they lose the trips. And that is the first round. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in the chats real quick. Jimmy, what usually makes a game considered a carnival game? I personally heard a couple of things and can never tell if it's a positive term or not. I like that question. So a carnival game is basically a casino game that is not a core game. A core casino game is blackjack, craps, roulette, mini baccarat, pai gow poker. Those are all core casino games. If you have any other game that's not one of those games I just mentioned, it's going to be called a carnival game. So a carnival game, for example, is 3-card poker, let it ride, big six, high card flush. So it's any of those games, and they're known as carny games. Carnival games, carny games. And basically it's just the names the people in the casino industry call these type of games. So it's not disparaging or anything. It doesn't mean anything bad. It's just what we call these type of games. Do you guys play the trips bet? Yeah, Wolfgar has a good question for the people out there who are listening. When you are playing this game, do you like to play the trips bet or do you not like to play the trips bet? How do you like to play? That's a good question. I'd like to hear the answer. So Joe says he has bet the trips, and yes, it does drain the bankroll. Yeah, it does drain the bankroll. Like I said, even if it's a $5 minimum, you're still betting 20, 15, 20, 25, depending on how you play and which bets you bet on. Oh yeah, they're also called novelty games too. That's a good point. Do you see a lot of just trip players? Is that common? It's not too common. You do see it every once in a while, but I would say the more common thing would be playing all of the bets at once. Andrew, you should try it. It's fun. Okay, cool. So let's do another round. So again, we're going to do $10 on the ante and the blind here and $10 on the trips. We'll do $5 here. So 5 on the ante, 5 on the blind, and 5 on the trips. This player will just be betting trips again because that's what they like to do. And this player over here is just going to bet the ante and the blind. They're not going to bet the trips. And then that way, at least you guys get to see a little bit of, you get to see examples of the different betting styles that you can do. So let's shuffle these cards and do another round. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm pretty sure I missed some stuff, so if you have any questions, just ask. Let's see. If I didn't say it before, the dealer needs a pair or higher to qualify. If the dealer does not have a pair or higher to qualify, then basically the ante pushes, and then everything else gets paid depending on if you have a hand or not. Yeah, that's a good point. So Joe says there is a progressive bet on this game now. Yes, a lot of casinos out there have progressives, not only on this game, but on most of the games that you see now. You'll see even blackjack having a progressive or 3-card poker having a progressive. So progressives are one of the new hottest fads in Las Vegas. I shouldn't say new, it's been around for a few years, but one of the new ones. Anyway, so you'll see progressives on a lot of tables. Okay, so again, we got 4 players. Each player is going to get 2 cards. And then we're going to have 5 cards for the community. and then 2 cards for the dealer. Okay, so this player is only betting the trips, so they only care if they have a 3 of a kind or higher. They have a 6 and a 7. They probably aren't going to be doing pretty well, but we'll see how that goes. So we're just going to put them under that bet and leave them alone until the end of the hand when we do the take and pay procedure. This player's next. Ooh, a 9 and a 4. That is not good. So this player's just going to check on the first round. Then we are looking at this player, 5 and a 3, but they're both spades. There's possibilities there, but not enough to bet 3 to 4 times the ante. So we are just going to check with that one as well. And then this player has a queen and a 10, because all of these 3 were basically really crappy. We're going to go with this one, and we're going to say, hey, this one is going to be our strong hand. So we are going to do, we could do either 3 or 4 times. Let's do 3 times. So we're going to put $15 on the play. And we have 5 on the ante, 5 on the blind. So we're putting 15 on the play. Okay, and since we are doing the play, this hand is done, and we don't have to do anything more with that hand. So now that everyone has done something with their cards or their hand, the dealer's going to turn over the flop, or the first 3 cards of the community cards. And we have a 4, a 3, and a 2. So let's see, we got a pair of 4s over here, a pair of 3s over there, possible flush, or I mean possible straights. There is a possible straight there, especially for this hand. So let's do it. Let's play. Since we have a pair of 4s, we'll do 2 times the bet, because again, we can't do 3 or 4 because we've already passed that opportunity up. So we're going to do 2 times. And because we put money in the play, we are not going to look at it anymore. This guy's a little more skeptic. He's like, yeah, you know, I got a pair of 3s, but you know, I'm not really feeling it. I think I'm going to check one more time. Okay, and everybody else is pretty much good to go. So now the dealer is going to move on, and they're going to show the turn in the river. So now we have a 4 and a 7. This is the only guy left that hasn't really done anything, so we have to look to him and see what he wants to do. He has 2 options. He can either play 1-to-1 or even money, and that will move him further, or forward I should say, or he can fold. Now he's thinking, you know, I don't really want to fold. Yeah, I have a pair of 3s. There's a pair of 4s up on the board. So there's 2 pair. That's not bad. So I think I'm going to chance it, and I'm going to play and see what happens. So he's not going to fold. So he's going to put $10 on the play, which is 1-to-1 or even money at the ante. And he's going to turn his cards over. Everyone is taken care of. Everyone has made their decisions. So now that everyone is done, it's going to go to the dealer. And the dealer is going to turn over their cards. Oh, and unfortunately, the dealer has 3 of a kind 4s with a king and a 7. Not nice. So I have 3 of a kind 4s, so I pretty much kick everybody's butts. This player, let's see what they got. A queen and a 10. They don't really have anything. They got a pair of 4s, and that's about it. So unfortunately, my 3 of a kind beat their pair. So I take the ante, the blind, and the play. Next is this player. They have a 5 and a 3. So they have a pair of 4s. They have a pair of 3s. Still 3 of a kind beat 2 pair. So my 3 of a kind 4s beat their 2 pair. So I'm going to take the money, and the trips, well, unfortunately 2 pair doesn't do anything for that. So I'm going to take all of their money. Next is this player with a 4 and a 9. Ooh, look, they got 3 of a kind 4s as well. Okay, so let's see who wins. I got 3 of a kind 4s with a king and a 7. They have 3 of a kind 4s with a 9 and a 7. So my king kicker beats their 9 kicker. Therefore, I win the hand. So I take the play, the ante, and the blind. but they have 3 of a kind. They have 3 of a kind 4s. So they get paid the trips, or 3 to 1. There you go, 3 to 1 on the trips. Now the trips, you could look at it, if you're dealing this game, you could look at it similar to 3-card poker, where the pair plus pays only if the pair plus wins. Pretty much the same thing with trips. Trips, it doesn't matter if the hand wins or loses. You're just betting that you're going to get 3 of a kind or higher. That's all you're betting on. So they got paid on that, and their hand goes in the discard rack. Next is this guy, a 6 and a 7. So they have a pair of 4s, a pair of 7s, not really anything else. So unfortunately, they do not win the trips. They do not have 3 of a kind or higher. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in the chats real quick. Let's see here. So Justin, Twitch bits disabled in chat. No, I am not. I do not have the Twitch bits disabled in chat. I have to, there's like some kind of requirements or something that I have to meet on Twitch before I'm allowed to use Twitch bits. Still working on that, still learning about Twitch, but I believe I still have to do a couple milestones left before like that option opens up to me. Yeah, it's a partner or affiliate, exactly. And I'm still averaging, it says 2.3 views, and I'm supposed to average 3, so I'm like almost there, but not quite. But yeah, one day. Okay, so on YouTube, let's see what you guys are saying on YouTube. Let's see. Ultimate Texas Hold'em is fun. I learned the pre-flop strategy. Yeah. And if you guys want more information on the strategy to play when you're playing this game, go to thewizardofodds.com, and he has a simple strategy that you can use to play this game. And if you use that simple strategy, the house edge is, let's see here, I believe it's 2.43%. 2.43%. Yeah, Wizard of Odds is awesome, totally. So Yabara, so if and when you go in 3 or 4 times on the initial hand, you are done and you are just expecting. Yes, that's absolutely correct, Yabara. So if you go 3 or 4 times in, and that's like the very first thing you do, then that's pretty much all you could do until the end of the hand. You can't change it, you can't alter it, you can't take it down, you can't make any more bets. You're pretty much done and you're good to go until the dealer starts turning over the cards and taking and paying bets. Hey Paul Ray, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy 4th of July. For anyone who hasn't heard it yet, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys are having fun. Now, I think I covered everything. I hope I covered everything. We have about 10 more minutes left to this live stream. So if there are any questions that you have, let me know. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Good to see ya. Awesome. So we'll do one more hand. And if you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, I believe we went over everything. I hope. Okay, so this player is just going to do trips again. So they're going to do $20 on trips. This player has $10 on ante, $10 on blind, no trips. This player has 5 on ante, 5 on blind, 5 on trips. They're just going to do the minimum so we could see how much, a minimum really is. And this is our big player. We're going to give him hundreds. So he has 100 on the blind, 100 on the ante, and let's say 50 on the trips. Okay, so last one. And then hopefully you guys got an idea of how to play the game. It's pretty easy, it's a lot of fun. Okay, so 1, 2, 2. And then the 5 community cards. And then the 2 cards for the dealer. Sure, why not, Joe? Joe requests $2 for the dealer, $2 for the dealer on this guy's trips. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's take a look at the cards. So this guy has an ace and a 5. Now he's just playing the trips, so he's betting he's going to have a 3 of a kind or higher, and that's pretty much all he's betting on, is whether he's going to have a 3 of a kind or higher. So he can't really do anything until the end of the hand. So he's going to put his cards under his bet, and he's good to go for the end, or until the end. This player's next. He has a jack and an 8. Suited, not bad, but you know, little iffy on it. Not sure if he wants to play the 3 or 4 times odds. So he's gonna check and he's gonna move on. So we're gonna leave him up and everything. This player's next. He has a 9 and a 7 suited again, so possibilities. But this player doesn't feel comfortable betting the 3, 4 times odds either. So he's gonna check as well. This player's are, oh, look at that. This player is our high roller, and he has an ace and a queen. So he feels really good about that ace queen. He thinks he's going to get something really good there. So he is going to bet 4 times. He has $100 on the ante, so he's going to bet $400 on the play. And then he's going to put his cards under the play bet. And that shows the dealer that he's good, done, over with. His hand is good with. So everyone has made their decision. So now the dealer is going to pick up the first 3 cards in the community cards, which is the flop, and they're going to, and that dealer is going to turn them over. So the flop is a king of diamonds, a 4 of hearts, and a 3 of diamonds. So we have these 2 players that still haven't made up their mind. We're going to go to this player first. He says, you know, I'm still not getting anything. I don't have a pair. I don't have anything really good. So I'm going to check again. Okay, cool. So then we move over to this player. He has a 9 and a 7. Again, doesn't match anything, doesn't make a pair, doesn't really have any possibilities. So he's going to check as well. Now this player has already made his decision, so he's done. He can't do anything until the end of the hand. So now the dealer is going to turn over the last 2 cards, the turn in the river. And there is a 4 and a 6. So we have a pair of 4s on the table with a king, 6, 3. So these players have to make a decision. This player has a pair of 4s with a king, jack, 8. Not really that great. But you know, he's hoping I don't have anything. So he is going to bet 1 times the ante, and then he is going to continue on forward. This player, however, he's looking at the board and he's like, you know what? I only have a pair of 4s on the board. I can't even like do anything good because I have a 9-7. I don't think I'm going to get anything this hand. I'm going to fold. So he is going to take his cards and he's going to throw them at the dealer in disgust, and he's going to fold. Dealer's going to see that, take up the money, put them in the bank, take the cards, and that player is no longer in the game. So now it's the dealer's turn, and the dealer is going to turn over their cards. And the dealer has a queen and a 2. So I got a pair of 4s with a king and a queen and a 6. Do not use the 2. I do not use the 3. So it's a good thing this player folded because I would have beat him. That was a good choice. So let's see what this player has. This player has an ace and a queen. So he has a pair of 4s with an ace, a king, and a queen. So this player's ace kicker beats my queen kicker. So therefore, this player wins. So they're going to get paid 1-to-1 on the play, 1-to-1 on the ante. They win, so they're going to push on the blind. It's a push because they don't have a straight or higher, but they still won, so that's why it's a push. And then the trips depends if they have 3 of a kind or higher. They do not have 3 of a kind or higher, so I have to take the trips. Next is this one, and it is a jack and an 8. So we're looking at the cards. Let's see, they have a pair of 4s with a king, a jack, and an 8. So my queen beats their jack. So unfortunately, I beat the player. My queen kicker beats their jack kicker. So I take the money. And next is this player over here who just bet the trips, and that was it. And they have an ace and a 5. Ooh, if they had a 2, they would have had a straight. If they could have used my 2, that would have been nice. So they have a pair of 4s with an ace, a king, and a 5. Unfortunately, that's not 3 of a kind or higher, so I have to take their money. Okay, let's see if you guys have any questions. If you have any questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. Again, and I've said this a few times, but I'll say it again a few times as well. Come join us on Monday at 7 p.m. and we are going to do a Let's Play Ultimate Texas Hold'em tournament, where we are starting everyone off with $1,000, and whoever wins the most money leaves with a prize. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in the chats real quick. Okay, nothing more on Twitch. YouTube, let's see here. Nothing more on YouTube. Okay, that's cool. That works. That makes it easy. So, yeah, happy 4th of July to you too, definitely. Well, I really hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July. I hope you guys have a lot of fun tonight. I hope you, see a lot of fireworks, drink some beer, have a barbecue, play in the pool. Totally. And also, just a quick reminder too before we go, Vegas Aces is supported by viewers like you. Donations do make it possible for us to bring you these videos and to bring it to you for free. So if you think that this video was worth more than $0, then please go in the description below and donate whatever amount you feel was good, or whatever you want basically. And that will help bring more content. So thank you guys very, very much. That does it for today's show. Thank you again so much for joining me. And join me again next time for my Let's Play live stream on Monday, July 8th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, this is Heather Ferris with Vegas Aces, reminding you that education can and will change the world. Okay, bye guys. See you later. Happy 4th of July. Have fun. Bye.